Hello and welcome to yet another video from another retro guy, and it's another unboxing, and this one, it's quite a package.
You are awful, but I like you.
No doubt you've seen other videos do these unboxings, especially the guys in America who've had their box set for, I suppose, a while now. And I was literally on the fence about getting this. I pre-ordered it with HMV when it was announced. Then I ended up cancelling it. And then as soon as I see others opening theirs, I was like, sod it, I'll go for it again. But by that time, it sold out everywhere. So I had to go the eBay route, which I didn't want to do. And it was 30 quid more than normal. But then in the end, I thought, no. And I cancelled it. And I thought, no, you know what? I can't justify that. But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I'm going to kick myself if I don't. It's going to be one of those things of, you know, if you miss out, that's it, you know. And so, yesterday, which would be Thursday the 23rd of October, Zavvi announced on their Facebook page that it's available for pre-order again, and I would have imagined it was like limited quantities. So I pre-ordered it. Got dispatched yesterday, and it arrived today. Now, by looking at that and the size of it, you probably already guessed what it is. Now, I haven't opened this. In fact, the package that it came in, it got opened preemptively by someone else because they thought it was for them. So can't put that on them. But yeah, so I haven't opened this at all. So this is going to be the first time. First time I've seen it, actually. Oh. And it comes with the Blu Rays as well. Oh. 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 Oh.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, suit you, sir. Suit like that. Oh.
And it is all 7 films. Lovely steelbook, and it also comes with a Blu Ray as well, which I didn't even know about. But yeah. And the best thing is, the top is all debossed. And you've also got the sides there. That's all debossed and embossed and whatever it is. Same there as well. And then on the back, you got your J card. And as I say, this is still sealed. So I'm literally seeing this for the first time, you know, this at the same time as you are watching this. And oh, that actually looks really nice. And I love the fact that with those colours, you can actually see the stitching that they printed on there as well. So it's literally, it looks amazing. It really does look amazing. And I'm actually surprised with Zavvi, there's, oh, hang on. Might be a tiny bit of denting, but we'll soon find out. So, nurse, finger. Let me just... Oh, look at that. Oh, it's just so nice just to have it in my hands.
That's what she said.
And the thing is as well is that it's stuck on with glue spots, so I can just peel that off and then slide that off like so. Now let's have a look. Oh bugger, yeah, Look at that. Blast it. That must have happened when when it was put in the box. But at least it's on the back, so basically when it's displayed on the shelf like that, you can't see it. And when I put the J card back on, you know. But yeah. See, they're all the steel books. Got this lovely foam padding in there. And we're going to slide the first one out. That's the first one. So it's near enough exactly the same steel book as what was released. I think it was last year. I want to say last year, beginning of this year, in like that limited edition set, which is not limited at all. And I think the difference is as well is that you had Nightmare on Elm Street there as well. So we're gonna yep. So there's your 2 discs. There's the inside. There's old Pizza Face himself. And there's the certificate of authenticity as well. And I've got number 14,728 of 15,000. So they printed 15,000 of these. And you can imagine that as soon as those the cover art was put on there, bam, they all went. You know. But if that's the case, how come Xavi had some left over? That is a mystery for Scooby-Doo. But yeah, number 14,728. So that will slide back in there. Now, as Nigel's always saying, check your discs, boys and girls. So I'm going to start doing that from now on. Oh. There was a hair on there and I got a fingerprint on there, so we'll just wipe that off, and there you are. Not a mark. And on that one, yeah. Same on the Blu Ray disc. Now, on the back, it actually shows 4 Blu Ray discs. So does that mean that it's going to be 2 films on 1 disc, like the old Blu Ray set? Which was a pain in the arse, I must admit. So we'll slide that back in there. We'll have... Oh, I love that artwork from Freddy's Revenge. It would have been nicer if they had the UK VHS art on there, where he's like that, and you've got the school bus, you know, on the I think it was on the rental tapes, because I think on the sell-through tapes it was cropped. It just had him like that, with Freddy's Revenge like over this bit, so there was no school bus. But that's pretty cool though, because look, if you can, that's been done so basically it shines, which is pretty cool. And then on the back you've got whoever that is, I don't know. And yeah, that's Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and 3 on 1 disc. And 4K's lovely. And the Blu-ray's lovely as well. And there's a scene in the shower where he's got the glove. It's a shame. It's a shame what's happened to him with like all his medical bills and all that, and you know, he was as much as I don't really enjoy the film a lot. He was great in it, you know, and I just wish that he'd had a better career, you know, so that if any of these like medical things that have cropped up, you know, like, you know, in like an alternate universe and that, he would have been more equipped to like go, well, that's right, just, you know, just want the best care possible. And I just feel so sorry for him. I really, really do. And there's Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, with Patricia Arquette. And on the back, you've got, from one of my favourite scenes in the film, you're on prime time, bitch, or something along those lines anyway. And yeah, it's a bit simple for the inside. I would have preferred something different, like, you know, when Freddy's like using the kid as like a puppet, where he's using his veins as strings and that. Yep, lovely looking disc. Yeah, it would have been better to have that shot, but I do love that front cover though. I do love that artwork. And I think that kind of artwork is lost nowadays, where it's all CG'd and, you know, you have to have the whole cast all looking in different directions in like a triangle. It's just a shame. And then you've got the Dream Master. I must admit, that does make Freddy even more creepy there. It really, really does. But that's why I love this artwork so much. This is probably one of my favourite ones, because it just makes him even more scary than he is. And then on the back, I can't remember what scene that's from. I haven't seen this film in ages, but yeah, from number 4. And then, as always, 4 and 5 on the one disc, pristine discs. Yeah, pristine discs. I'm happy with that. I'm just glad that instead of putting 2 films on one 4K, they've kept them as separate discs. That way, it lets, if it's like a higher bitrate, it lets the transfer breathe. In my view. Now, what artwork's going to be on number 5? Because there's one with the VHS where he's standing over a pushchair, and it's going, you know. So I'm hoping it's that artwork. No, it's that artwork instead. So it's similar, but on the other one, he's just going, you know, it's more like a kind of, I don't know, it's hard to describe it. I just think it's pretty cool. But yeah, the Dream Child. Not my favourite one. In fact, I think it's probably the worst one. But I think if this is the one that I'm thinking of, it's got the motorcycle kill in it, where the bloke becomes one with his motorcycle, and it's quite gruesome. You know, it's pretty good. But I'm glad that this is the uncut version of number 5, and there's the inside, like so. Yeah, I'm glad it's the uncut version of number 5, and again, pristine disc. So yeah. Now we come to Freddy's Dead, the not so final nightmare. And it is, yeah, the artwork from the VHS. I can't remember who that is, because I haven't seen it in so long. I've only ever seen the film once. And obviously there is your 3D glasses. Inside. Can't remember what scene that's from again. As I say, it's been ages since I've seen most of these. In fact, I think the ones I've watched the most are 1, 3. You know, maybe 4 at a push. And yeah, that's got New Nightmare and the final nightmare. And then there's your 4K pristine disc. So we're going to pop those glasses back in now. One last look at that. And again, when you bend it into the light, these all shine, which is pretty cool. So it's still a matte finish on all of them, but it's done so basically they show up in the light, which is pretty cool. Even the lighting in there as well. It doesn't show up all that well on camera, but then when you get it in the flesh and you look at it, that's like, wow. It would have been nice if it was like the blades were done as, and the whole glove was done as like high gloss, and even the lightning down there. But you know, did they miss a trick with it? Maybe so. And then the final one, New Nightmare. Again, one I've only ever seen once, and I need to watch it again because I actually thought this was a pretty good film. Very, very meta in its writing and that, and it was self-aware before Scream, you know. And again, these all shine like they all like show up in the light. Again, could have been done with high gloss there. There would have been something. Then you've got, funnily enough, that's from the first film. Why have they put it in A New Nightmare? Mind you, though, I haven't seen A New Nightmare in ages. And as I say, I've only seen it once, so, you know. And it's been downgraded to a 15. Weird. Again, lovely pristine disc. So that's New Nightmare. And of course you've got the different Freddy makeup as well, which actually looks a hell of a lot more creepier, I feel. So now, going on to the J card. Yeah, it says includes Nightmare on Elm Street and Nightmare on Elm Street 5 The Dream Cold theatrical and uncut versions. 7 film collection certificate of authenticity, which I've shown you, and 3D glasses for a portion of Freddy's Dead the Final Nightmare, again, which I've shown you, and it says blood-curdling special features. But it doesn't say what special features, so basically, I'm none the wiser. So yeah, obviously the uncut version of Nightmare on Elm Street is basically it just lingers longer on Tina, on the slash on Tina's chest as the blood's coming out. The one for Nightmare on Elm Street 5, there's 1 minute difference. So I wonder what that is. I wonder. That's, well, he strokes his chin. So anyway. And there's all your technical specs. Well, not technical specs, but all the credits for all 7 films. One thing I forgot to show you, just looking at the back, is that you've still got all this embossing, debossing for like the tears in Freddy's jumper. That shows his like his burnt skin underneath, and then you've got the neckline as well, which is that's pretty cool. That really is pretty cool, especially all the fraying at the bottom there as well. That's awesome. They've really done. They've done a good job on this. I actually thought this was just going to be plain. It was just going to be like just the design of the. I keep looking there, like over that way instead of there. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I thought it was just going to be plain, like just this design like, all over. But to know that they've done like the jumper touches as well, just all there along there, and then obviously on the sides as well. That's a nice touch. That really is a hell of a nice touch. And so, there we are. That is the Friday Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film steelbook collection. And it is the first of these collections I've actually got as well. I was tempted to get the James Bond set, but it just seemed lazy without using the proper poster artwork, you know. That got on my nerves, but this, because they seem to have taken the criticisms on board and put on the original artwork, which is nice. Or the original whatever the fuck it's called. Oh, I don't know, but still. That is an amazing set. It really is. And I think that Warner should be applauded for that. I really, really do. It's a fantastic set. And I can't... I think I'm actually going to watch one tonight. You know, for my 31 Days of Horror. But I might watch number 2. So anyway, that's it for the video. That's the unboxing. That's the whole video. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's watched, which is probably no one. But anyway, still, it's still an audience of none. So to the thin air out there, thank you very much for watching. And I'll be back soon with another video. Hopefully, I'm going to get back to the games. It's just with so many movie physical releases coming out of films that I really love. You know, I've wanted to do videos on them. You know, and obviously trying to do the 31 Days of Halloween, but with various personal things going on, it's kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit. So, you know, anyway, enough of that. I've waffled on. I'm going to let you get back. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all in the next video. So until then, look after yourselves, stay safe and take care. Goodbye for now.